A new task force in the Illinois House will examine statues and monuments in the Capitol and remove some of those deemed the most offensive. Capitol Bureau Chief Mark Maxwell reports from Springfield.
The two most iconic original statues in this building are Lincoln and Douglas. Together, a picture of America's great debate, the painful punishment that followed our nation's original sin of slavery, and Illinois' leading role in crafting a more perfect union.
He advocated for the union. He said slavery was wrong. He was revisiting, certainly, I think, some of his issues.
Illinois State Archives Director David JOENS says Stephen Douglas spent most of his political life fighting Abraham Lincoln until the end, when he joined Lincoln's cause and pleaded with the South to stay in the Union. But he's hardly the only figure in Illinois history to own slaves. So did the state's second governor, Edward Coles.
He owned slaves when he was in Virginia, but he always hated slavery. He eventually actually had to go to court and defend himself for committing an illegal act, freeing his slave. So is it Edward Coles the slave owner, or Edward Coles the man who freed his slave and also prevented Illinois from becoming a slave state?
Several of the state's founding fathers changed with the turbulent times of their day.
You could not find a more racist individual than John Logan.
John Logan was a general, state senator, congressman, U.S. senator, and vice presidential candidate who could have split Illinois in two, leading Southern Illinois to join with Confederate forces. Instead,
Civil War changes him. Totally changes this guy. And after the war, he becomes a leading radical Republican. He becomes the hero of the Illinois African-American community. He becomes just uber civil rights guy. So which John Logan are you going to have?
Let's see who deserve a place to stay and who should leave.
House Democrat Mary Flowers says some of these statues probably should come down.
I don't want to crush them up, throw them away. These people need to be talked about. This is history. We need to make sure that we learn from our mistakes.
And she'd like to see others go up.
I've been fighting for a statue for Ida B. Wells for a very long time.
After all, there is another president who also worked in this building.
I think there should be a statue of President Obama in this building, a statue of President Reagan in this building, and a statue of Governor Thompson in this building.
Reporting in Springfield, Mark Maxwell.
The full review of the history of those statues could be done late this year or early next.